with these words, history was made on the biggest stage. Talk is cheap. Play the game. You remember Super Bowl XLII.
1, 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo. In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, hit him while wifey was with him. You heard of us, the murderers, most shady. Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. Opposition, competition, another day in the life of the commission. Yeah.
Mic check, mic check. What's kicking, family? I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. Yes, as you heard in the open, what I said is talk is cheap. Play the game. And all you Giant fans out there know what that stood for. That was the mantra. That was what they wore across their chest for that entire year. And they made history. Being an undefeated team in the biggest game in the stage, in the world, known to mankind. Yes, we're talking about Super Bowl 42, XLII. That's right. But I'll refer to that a little bit. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to refer back to this a little bit later in this video. But let's get down with the get down. As you already know right now, is that the NFL Players Association has gone to a judge and has asked for a judge for the owners to put aside $10 million, just to cover money, medical expenses, and as such. Smart move, because the billionaires can outweigh the millionaires. Think about it. They can get to a point where it comes to time in the season when they are missing paychecks. So this is a preemptive strike by the Players Association. But you know what? Before we got to this point, when the lockout was over, you guys had seen your respective teams and the players on those teams talking about, we can't get in. Doors locked. Security. Like, for instance, when Josh Cribbs, Ben Watson, Reggie Hodges arrived at the Browns facility, they were greeted by Laura Merletti, the team's senior VP director of security. Yo, that's messed up. Millionaires. Security. But not so with the Giants. The Giants had opened their weight room to Chris Canty. Also, Brandon Jacobs and Mario Manningham were inside the facility. Now, the Giants had to toe the line like the rest of the owners and the rest of the teams, and they had to shut down pending all the legal mumbo jumbo, which is what they're all going to go through. But that ought to show you what a class act they are. Now, if it goes back, because now there's no lockout, the judge had ruled against the owners. There is no lockout. That means 2010 rules are back in order. You know what that means? No salary cap, no salary floor, 6 years instead of 4 for free agency. And already a lot of the ball players don't like that because, as you already know, under the current CBA agreement, there would be 450 players out there on the loose looking for a job. Well, I shouldn't say looking for a job, shopping their wares to the highest bidder or to somebody who thinks that their talents can fit the bill for their organization. Now, when they go back to the 2010, it's going to be 199. 199 that will be eligible for free agency. That's kind of messed up, ain't it? Because, I don't believe that. Where's my little paperwork here? Let me see. Okay, righty then. At Florham Park, 6 Jets showed up, and they were guard Brandon Moore, tackle DeBrickashaw Ferguson, who has a $750,000, thing in his contract that he's got to partake in off-season workouts. 85%. He's got to complete 85% of them to get the money. Of course, I'd be up in that camp, man. Up there, yo. We picked them up. We put them down. We picked them up. We put them down. You guys seen that commercial? Now, being that I'm talking about the commercial on TV, hopefully those who stayed on this on the vid long enough will make a comment. The two best reality shows on TV right now, hands down, bar none, is Mob Wives and Sinbad. Both ends of the spectrum right there. Y'all got to peep that. I'm telling y'all. Both ends of the spectrum right there. Sinbad and Mob Wives are the two best reality shows on TV. And I don't watch a lot of those reality shows. I'll tune in every now and again to see who the characters are and see what's going on. And then I'm out. I'm not invested in them for like a season, 2 seasons or something like that. But I'm invested with Sinbad and Mob Wives. Yo! But let's get back to the NFL and et al. Mr. Batch continues. All right. So, $10 million that the players have asked the owners to put aside in like escrow so that they can cover miscellaneous expenses. They've been able to report back to the various facilities, and the only club that was letting them in was the New York Football Giants. But then they had to lock their workout facilities and be in line with the other owners. Agents have been telling their players, yo, shop around, go shop yourself around, go see, who wants you to be on their team. Now, what the players are doing at that point is they're doing this so that whenever something happens, because as you guys know, when y'all saw Charlie Batch up there at the Pittsburgh facility, couldn't get in, he was on the phone with the quickness. And now that we're in the internet age, everything is documented. So the owners have not sent out an email saying, no, lock the doors, because guess what? That would be evidence in court. Like I told you guys before, I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on TV. Oh, man. Family. Woo! I'm having so much fun. I'm glad that football is back. That's right. The gentleman who told me that there would be no football this year and he would love it. Sorry. Crushed your heart. Now, let me get to why I made the reference in my little bumper before the open and then when I came back on the screen. Is that Rex Ryan has come out with a book, and it says, Play Like You Mean It. And he said some things directed towards the Giants. Let me make one thing clear so people don't get it twisted, misconstrued. I couldn't comprehend what he had said. I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to lay it out right here. If I have to revisit it, I will, because sometimes, we have some adults out here that have ADD. Or is it ADHD? I don't know. One of them, they just can't think. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm taking a tip from my man Big Thistle 75 out there on the West Coast. Big Knicks fan. Yo, we couldn't do it, but why am I talking basketball in the middle of my NFL riff? Sorry that I digressed. Let me get back to Rex Ryan. First of all, I'm a football fan. On top of that, I'm all New York. On top of that, my crew's the Giants. I like the Jets. I root for the Jets. They're New York, period. No animosity with Jets or Jets fans or anything like that. That's not how I roll. Who I can't stand is anybody in the NFC East. That's the bottom line. When it comes down, when the games come, that's the bottom line. That's how it is. Giants, NFC East, come on. Got to hold it down here. The Jets, they're the AFC East. Get it, AFC East. Now, that being settled about the two teams. Now let me settle this about Rex Ryan. I love Rex Ryan. Imagine, man. Imagine he can get the players amped up, man, that they would run through not a steel wall, not a concrete wall, but they would run through a titanium wall. They would run through the walls. I don't even know what to call it. Something impervious, something that's so impervious man cannot penetrate it. But nah, I mean, I like Rex Ryan. I like the fire. I like the bravado. Nothing wrong with that. You know why? Tom Coughlin is the polar opposite. Laid back, demure, very classy. That's the thing. That's the two sides. That's how New York is. We've got two. You know what I'm saying? We can. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that was tasty. I would say who the potato chip is by to go with my cold brewski pop, but they're not paying for this video yet. Hint, hint. All right, so as I continue, Mr. Batch continues. All right, I like Rex Ryan. Love him. Yo, he's brought so much to the Jet franchise. Yo, I am just so ecstatic that Howard has risen from the ashes. No, I didn't say the curse word, or did I? Excuse me. Big Thistle, my man. I gotta get a mug like how you be having during the football season. A nice cold frosty one. You watch, I'll have one soon. But Mr. Batch continues. Now, as I finish off with Rex Ryan, I love Rex Ryan as a coach, and he's brought something to the New York Jets franchise. Okay. Now, as the two teams go, hey, AFC and NFC. What am I worried about? This city is big enough to have two teams. They got damn near two of everything. So when Rex Ryan says, what do we have here? When people ask us, what's it like to share New York with the Giants? My response is always, I am not sharing it with them. They are sharing it with me. Hey, you know what? I can't fault the guy for saying something like that. If you feel like that, you feel like that. That's how New Yorkers are. That's how we roll. If you feel like how you feel, you're going to say how you feel. So I'm not going to take offense to it because everything gets settled on the football field. And the Jets have a very good record of going to the AFC Championship 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. I ain't got no question about that. So that's what I have to say about that. But a few of his bravado things, he's got respect for Belichick. He says people don't understand it. Of course, it's not that he's going to tell us he's got respect for him. Hey, he's got to keep up the front, which he does, and I love it. Let me strap on the helmet and run through that wall. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But let me close out with this. The coach had shared, he had said in the book what he had said at halftime in the debacle of the AFC Championship where they lost 24-3. Okay? And he said, I just ripped the defense. Tore into them. I said, how about this for a halftime adjustment? How about tackling some mother? Because there's nothing wrong with that scheme. Well, I kind of messed up reciting what the coach has said, but you guys get the drift. So he probably had a man, but it still was ugly. So, and this is Mr. Batch waiting for the draft. And I'm going to put out a little something, a little ditty, a little riff. No, hide me. I didn't do it. Yo, this is Mr. Batch. I got to go. Dad, they get ready to hit the door. Peace.